And I hope that you can hear me. And for those who've joined us, thank you, Elizabeth, and don't know who I am. Well, I'm Brother Sean, and I come to you as a dear brother of a loving family, the Teo community of interspiritual Franciscans, recognized by St. Francis as the fourth order on his feast day, because we embrace all the children of God, regardless of their belief, their lifestyle choice, their color, their disability. We come in service to love. We come in service to the cosmic Christ, who is with us this evening. But first, I want you to join me, having lit my candle, this special candle for peace and interspiritual unity. In the name of our beloved Father, Mother, God Supreme, who creates life, in the name of the risen cosmic Christ, who loves life, in the name of the Spirit, the divine feminine, who is the fire of life, in the name of Gaia, our dearly beloved Earth Mother, who nurtures the divine in all of creation, including the animal kingdom. In the name of all faith traditions and none, for they are the sons and daughters of the Supreme, our brothers and sisters. In the words of Jesus, the barefoot Galilean, they are all part with us of the mystical body of the cosmic Christ. And we celebrate our diversity around this table by acknowledging the Supreme in all life. I welcome you, dear friends, and I thank you for giving up your time to join me. First, I would like you to just relax, and experience the tenderness of a loving Father, Mother, God Supreme. And the purpose of our talks is not to lecture, it's not a webinar, it's not a seminar. It's an opportunity for us to gather around the table of the Beloved and to break bread in friendship and to come as one, to come with one heart, a heart that is open to love, where there are no expectations other than being a child of God. We are loved, and we have evidence of that love if we have surrendered our heart, because our needs are taken care of. But this is such a struggle today, to share with beautiful souls who are so advanced spiritually and academically more brilliant than me in comprehending the whole mystery of spirituality, especially interspirituality. I'm a mere novice, because my belief as a Catholic Christian and the founder of the Teo community is not to single out one belief at the expense of wounding another, because that would contravene the message from Jesus and Francis at his tomb in 2008. He calls us to embrace each other as equals. And my being here with you is to walk with you, not to walk in front of you, and not to walk behind you, pushing you, or coercing, or even manipulating you, but firstly to accept you as my equal, my brother, my sister. But we are now coming to a pivotal stage in our spiritual development. You know that, I know that. And if others know that too, why do they struggle so much in reawakening their beautiful heart? Why do they run away? Why do they live in such fear? And why does fear grip them so? And as a former nurse, using body language, I can see the symptoms of that fear by just scanning their aura, by looking at their body language. They are not comfortable even in my presence. They're not comfortable speaking with me on the phone because they know I won't agree with them. But I won't put them down. And now I want to invite you on another stage of the journey following yesterday evening, when we recorded the 1-hour session in 2 parts that are now on YouTube. And in the midnight soiree last night, we brought the Christ to you, and He touched you. And this evening, this morning, my prayer is very simple, like Francis, like Gandhi, like the Lord Buddha, like Mia Baba, and many other great masters, including Sri Chinmoy. It is so simple, because the Christ is here. He is here, He's standing in front of you, and you may not see Him, but He sees you, and He sees me, and He's knocking on our heart to come in. Yes, He is, and you know that, because I know that. And I know that He is weeping for the many whom He loves, but who have chosen to remain locked in a mindset of fear. And He's sending messengers every day to them. He's allowing thousands of beings of light to come from Andromeda and Pleiades, to walk with us disguised as colleagues, supermarket checkout assistants. Look at their eyes. Just stand in someone's presence whom you have a resonance with, and then they've gone. But they're here because they've been sent by the Christ to prepare us. How? To surrender. To surrender our heart to love. It's not a cop-out. It's not like ticking an X as to which candidate will win the American elections. No, we do this with certainty because He said, if you wish to be a follower of mine, take up your struggles, your cross, take up the things that annoy you, that burden you. Embrace them, bless them, let them go to the light. But many can't do that because they're locked in this victim mentality and they're afraid of the unknown. The theme for this evening is really about the gift of life, the human potential. Human potential. What is human potential in relation to 2012, December 21st, and the influx of the Christ light? Not the Catholic light, not the Christian light, not the Muslim light or the Judaic light, but the light of the Supreme. the light of the divine oneness coming through our being into the I Am presence within us. The moment we surrender our heart, the moment we begin to live, yes, we begin to live by releasing the soul like the butterfly. Because the soul is entrapment, because the heart is closed through conditioning. But you and I can resolve that very easily. First, I want us to relax. I would like you to feel safe with me. And as I said, I am not here as a former Catholic monk. I am here as your brother, who too gets tested, who too gets downhearted, who too gets discouraged, and who too every day comes under the attack of negative forces so real, like the glasses on my face. But I have a choice of how I approach them. For years, I would run a mile, hoping they'd go away. Like a jug of sour milk, hoping it will become okay. It won't. We have to face that fear. And you know better than I do that fear is an illusion. And it only becomes a reality when we feed it more fear. So to stop it, we name it. What is your fear? Because it's blocking your human potential. Name it. Bless it. Release the power it has on you. Bless it. Release it to the Supreme. That's not failure. That's wisdom. Allow me read to you from my notes, if I may. Achieving wholeness and holiness requires traversing the difficult terrain of real life with all its challenges and crises. Even at the end of a lifetime of effort, we still need to be completed by the finishing touch of the divine artist. Yeah, the divine artist. God will then bring to completion in us the eternal design of people destined to love wholeheartedly. Destined to love wholeheartedly. And love is the key of 2012. Love. While awaiting that unifying touch of divine grace, we pilgrims are called to follow the way of the cosmic Christ. And the cosmic Christ who walks with us assures us that we will always be blessed. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, not today, not even now, but always, every second of every minute of every hour. What a promise! The blessings sent our way may not always be enjoyable, such as Eleanor's crippling arthritic pain, and the same with me, a crumbling spine. But the promise we receive once we surrender our heart to the Beloved, there comes a strength that bypasses the pain and gives us an inner strength. Yes, to see it not as an inconvenience, like the death of one's daughter or son or grandchild. We are given the strength to come to terms with what's going on. We never get over what we're experiencing, but we're given the tools to walk in trust with what our heart is saying. The blessings sent our way may not always be enjoyable. Do you know, if you'd have told me 8 years ago that I would be sat here in Cumbria as an enclosed, contemplative Franciscan monk who embraces all faiths as a brother in a community of the most beautiful men and women of different cultures, different beliefs, I would have said you were barking mad. But during that period in the summer of 2007, when I came back from running a retreat in Egypt, I was left paralyzed for 6 months. But God used it to bring me back to my heart. My head ruled my life. I couldn't see my human potential because He kept saying in prayer, I want you to come back to me. And I started panicking, thinking, oh my God, He wants me to go back into a Catholic monastery, having had 12 years in therapy to get over the fear and the woundedness and the rejection. But then He said, that's your head. In your heart, I'm asking you to surrender now and embrace me now on the 8th of December, as you did in 1966. And when you were consecrated to me on the 8th of December 68, I convinced myself that God wanted me to do something that was making me ill. And I was the one that violated that gift by presuming, by procrastinating. Is that where you are in your journey? Have you convinced yourself that what God is asking of you is to do something that will destroy you? Well, if you are, that is not the cosmic Christ. That is the Antichrist. The seeds of disrespect for the I Am presence within you. Let us come now. Let us come. Let us come to that place where we know that we are loved. Let us come now, my brothers, sisters, my dear friends. Let us meet one another around this table. Let us greet one another. Let us love the Christ within each other by embracing all the spiritual masters with reverence and respect. I respect my brother and sister Buddhists, Hindu, Sikhs, Jewish, Islamic, pagan and Wiccan, because I am not in their shoes and I have not a right to make a judgment or to cast them aside because they don't agree with my principles. I wasn't called to be selective. I was called by Christ as you were, the cosmic Christ, to be a vortex of light. And half the time I feel I'm floundering. But when I come to my quiet time, like now, He's here, He's speaking. I don't have a clue what I'm saying to you, but I know He's speaking through me to you. I do not profess to be psychic or only their sidekick. But like you, I'm in service. So now let us place our hands before us. Let us bless our hands, because our hands are sacred. Our hands hold the key to unlock our heart. Our hands have been closed many times in supplication and prayer. And now I'm going to ask Magdalena to come. and bless our hands together, so that when Christ comes, He will unlock the mystery for you. He will speak with you, and He will touch you. Because I take His word to heart, because I've spent too many years of my life playing hide and seek with God. And now I take Him literally at His word, that whatever I ask in His name for you, He will do it. And I don't need to see the proof, because I know He will touch you. But all He asks of you, are you ready? Are you willing? Are you in that place where you want Him to touch you? Or are you in that place where you make excuses? Not tonight, Josephine, I need my hair doing. Oh no, I must go to the beauty parlor and have my toenails done. I mean, I know I exaggerate the excuse, but too many people are making excuses through fear. Let us close our eyes. Let us close our eyes and look at our hands and feel Magdalena stroke them with the spikenard. She's placing the symbol of our belief on our palms of our hands. And she's now closing our hands, and she's wrapping a blessed linen towel around our hands and placing them back on the table. And the first thing you notice is when you take a nice, deep, non-labored breath, the first thing you do is you're inhaling the fragrance of the spikenard. The beautiful spikenard used on the Master's feet before He surrendered His life for your freedom and mine. So let's take a nice deep breath and allow the spikenard go through us. And as we breathe out sorrow. Sorrow for denying ourselves the many opportunities we've been given to allow Him to touch us. Just relax now. And as Magdalena stands aside, she comes behind us. She places her left hand on our left shoulder, and you feel the power. And then the right hand on the right shoulder, and instantly there's a connection. And it is love. And we feel every ounce of stress running down throughout our feet to Gaia. And Magdalena, the beloved, is gently leaning over us, and her hair comes over our face. Her beautiful rich red auburn hair, and she smells divine of the spikenard. And we are at peace at this table. And with every in-breath that we now take, we are breathing in the breath of the beloved, the I Am Presence. And as you relax, a hand comes to you and removes the hair of Magdalena from your face. And you look into the eyes of the Christ, and you see Him, His pale blue eyes, and His long flowing bleached blonde hair from the sun. You can see the sweat on His brow and the desert dust on His face, and He's looking at you. And you know He's penetrating your thoughts. He's trying to meet you in your thoughts and say, relax. It's not as bad as you think. Try not to make this so difficult for yourself. Just go with your heart. Feel my love for you. That's all I ask. Honor your potential as a beloved. Why do you struggle so, doubting my gifts? Why do you need other people to give you confirmation of what I give you? Is not my truth enough for you? Or are you that insecure that you need to go to everyone and anyone? And they will discourage you. Not all, but some will discourage you because they'll be resentful of my gift to you. They will be threatened by you. And some may say all kinds of unkind things about my messengers to you that will leave you crippled in your heart. Feel my love for you. Accept my love for you. The Christ is looking at you. He's desperately pleading with you to stop trying too hard and just be gentle on yourself and say it as it is. Share with the Christ your struggles. Share with Him that life is not all that it is or that you expected it to be. Share with Him. And now He takes your hands, wrapped in the sacred blessed linen cloth, and you feel a surge of love. A surge of love. And it's shooting up your arms. It's piercing your entire nervous system, causing every muscle to relax. And now He's waiting for you to say, here I am. I come to be with you. At last, I come to be held in your arms and to be touched by you again, so that you will love me for who I am, and that you will accept me as I am. And your heart is beating fast, because you know how He's holding your hands, that He has embraced you, and His healing love is flowing through you. And He's empowering you now. Take back your power from your thoughts that have separated you, from the people who've rejected you and alienated you, and from your own negative mindset that has raped you. And He stands looking at you, and He says, here I am. I come to be with you. I come to celebrate with you the birthing of my love in your heart. For I accept you as you. Why can't you accept yourself? Why are you so arrogant at times, denying yourself my love, pretending that you love me when you give me lip service, because you're afraid of upsetting me. If I can accept you as you are and love you as you are, why can't you? I died for you. I didn't die for the good part of you. I died for your failings, your weaknesses, your insecurities, your lack of trust. They died with me, and yet you're reliving them day in and day out. You are making me suffer over and over. Why? Why are you doing this to the two of us? Can you not just accept that you're free and that I'm here and that I'm touching you? Feel my love. Embrace my love. Embrace all that you are, O beloved child of God.